In 2009, Tony Robinson, well known for the Time Team TV series, presented 3 programmes on paranormal events that have had an impact on history or archaeology. One of these dealt with the case of Frederick Bligh Bond, an eminent archaeologist and architect who made significant discoveries at Glastonbury Abbey, seemingly following the advice of medieval monks at the Abbey, communicating through automatic writing. With Tim Hopkinson Ball, who has recently written the biography of Bond, The Rediscovery of Glastonbury, his life and work were outlined, with particular mention of a group of bones that was unearthed near the high altar position, which the writing suggested were those of Abbot Whiting. He was the last abbot, hanged, drawn and quartered on Glastonbury Tor by Henry VIII for defying the royal authority. This was because these bones were known to be still in existence and venerated at Prenash Abbey in Gloucestershire, and these could be examined to try to determine whether they were likely to be those of Whiting. Dr. Mary Lewis, an osteoarchaeologist, went to see the bones and found that there were human bones of appropriate size to have come from the same person, but not enough were present to determine other things, including the person's gender. But there didn't seem to be cut marks of the kind that would indicate this violent death. 2 of them, however, were animal bones, judged to be from a medium-sized mammal. One of the investigations done on the programme was into automatic writing itself, an attempt by Tony with automatist June Elleni Laine to produce scripts after particular questions were asked. There were 2 sessions, with a question asked before the commencement of each. The first was, "Are these the bones of Abbot Whiting?" Several lines of script were done, the clearest and the only one he recognised seeming to be a top pig, which caused some amusement. However, seemingly unnoticed on the line below was fairly clearly not a man. Not quite so clearly on a line above could be an abbot, not Whiting. Although there is no tail on the last letter of the second word, the line below could be a tor pig. So in entirety it would read, for answer to the question, an abbot, not Whiting, and a tor pig, not a man. This seems to fit the findings of the osteoarchaeologist. The question before the second session was, what is the name of the medieval monk who communicated with Bligh Bond? There was script on an upper line, which at the time he thought said Emin Wensum, and lower down a name Wallace, and underneath the word angel. Then another member of the team apparently came up with an ancient history of Glastonbury written by William of Malmesbury, in which St. Patrick was said to have gone to Glastonbury in old age and met 12 monks living as hermits there. He took one called Wellius up the Tor, where they stayed for 3 months fasting and praying, when they had a vision of God which decided where to build the abbey, dedicating the church on the Tor to Michael the Archangel. So Tony thought the first word was Emmanuel, for the vision of God. But if the first word was Emmanuel, the second could very well be Christ. Below seems to be Macedonia, followed by the Wallace or Wellius. Underneath there is the word angel, but above it seems to be William, and next to it a picture of an angel. Both of these were seemingly unnoticed. So the full message here would be Emmanuel, Christ, Macedonia, Wellias, followed by the drawing of an angel with the name William and angel. This doesn't seem to be a direct answer to the question, as with the first script. Bligh Bond's monks were 16th century, whereas Wellias was much earlier. However, it matches the story found by the researcher, and unnoticed things seem to verify it, particularly the angel picture, and William, as the story was recorded by William of Malmesbury. Macedonia seems to be an exception, but we have no way of knowing where Wellius came from. The programme also investigated a place on the north side of the church where a Bligh Bond script had said there was a sacristy. This site had never been excavated. The geophysics seemed to show the presence of a wall, although not of the size Bligh Bond had indicated.